All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here now. Me and Rank are just going to count down to go live. I'm at 50 seconds. Are you, Rank?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. We had some adjustments here in the game. Vela stepping out for the starter. Catalyst here, so we're even on subs right now. Homie picking up the mid lane, and Pecky's picking up the solo there. So things to note. I think Adonis here is
Well,
hoping and just praying.
well,
What's up?
hang on. It might not be Pecky's in the solo lane. Let's take a look at the items. No, it is Pecky's in the. Okay, never mind. Pecky's is playing a Thor in the solo lane.
See,
Give him the pickle,
we
Pecky's.
had this argument in before we started here, Rank, and I told you Pecky's was playing Thor solo. Okay, it's a thing. So, all right. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we got Pecky's in the solo lane. Filling in for DeWorst, his power went out. Power outages seem to be the theme of the week for Xbox, hitting up Nola pretty heavily, and now DeWorst found himself in, you know, in an end of the world situation right now with no power where he's to this whole town.
Hang on. I got one for this. I guess he was powerless to do anything about it.
Oh boy. Okay. With that being said, let's take a look at the team comps. We're gonna look at Hell coming out from Homie, or sorry, not Homie, Sam Bam in the mid lane. Odin picked up on the side of Epsilon to counter that Hell. That was picked after the fact for those who were wondering. We're going to see Isis versus Hell here in the mid lane. Obviously, a lot more sustain on the side of the Hell than the Isis. However, that circle of protection going to come in handy in team fights.
Yeah, heck yeah, and the Hell's gonna scale up a little bit better later on, and she's also got the cleanse, so if she ever feels like she's going to be caught by a spirit ball, just drop that on the ground and she's totally safe. But this is also, Showmatches are a really, really good spot to start practicing something, especially from the side of Eager. They're ahead, they've got one game up, 1-0 at this point in time. Anything can happen, you know? They can lose this game, they can play something totally ridiculous like
And
a
Kata in
Thor.
trouble here in the dual lane, going down to about 1 bar of health there. Almost picked off by Cougar. If Cougar had a little bit of mana there, that could have been a different story. Jelly with a nice taunt. And here's the big rotation on Ear Cougar and Jelly right now as Odin and Ice is making their rotations, but they're going to have to back it up here. And they could lose a little bit of XP from that. And they will.
Well,
They're going to lose some to tower here as Athena goes back in again.
well, that's not really the best absolute opportunity that they can really do. But look at Jelly as well, just zoning. He really wants to get right up in their grills. And this is the thing about Kumbhakana is, yeah, you have this game-changing ultimate. You have the ability to apply long-duration mezzes, but your CC is, apart from your mez, is really easily breakable. If your team comp's not set up correctly, then you're in a little bit of trouble.
And here we go, the taunt from Jelly and Kata going to get away again with just that 1 bar of health. Just taking a sliver of damage each time. They're just managing to play it nice and cool. We're seeing Sambam and Koiz, they are getting pushed under tower here. And that's to be expected when you're up against Nices with the Wing Gust nice and early. As well as the Odin. Just able to destroy waves here, Guan Yu. And Hell having to get up a little bit closer if they want to clear those waves. But they do have the sustain, which we'll start to see as the game moves on.
Yeah, the sustain is going to be really prevalent, especially between the Guan Yu and the Hell in the mid lane. Like, the amount of sustain that they actually have is just a little bit ridiculous. But also, from the side of Epsilon, they've got the right counter for that, and it's in the jungle as well, which means it's closest to these two. You know, the only other place they could have stuck it was mid, but you don't really ever want to run a node mid. So, nice counter, nice preparation on the draft coming through from both Epsilon and Eager. Eager kind of got what they wanted, they got the Hell, but good counter pick. It'll be down to how they play the Ring of Spears.
And I think that was the problem last game. We seen Kenshin with the Odin, but the problem was Kenshin, as support, he wasn't getting the gold, and he wasn't able to itemize properly to be tanky enough to really utilize the Ring of Spears. He was just getting punished every time he dropped that. And that was the unfortunate. That's the unfortunate part of Odin support if you're not getting ahead nice and early. And obviously they were first blooded last game by Ear Cougar, who had a very strong game as AMC. And that's something we noted very quickly. If you're going against an AMC and you pick that Odin, you need to get that first blood, or AMC is going to run away with that lane.
Yep, absolutely. And, well, different pickups coming through this time, so they're going to have to focus on towards those ones. But they have a really, really nice circle sort of composition to back everything up. There's a really nice initiate path. Shibbolonke can drop the ultimate, the Darkest of Nights, just to sort of kick things off. It sets up really
And
nicely.
there's the
Blink
big,
forward, homies.
yeah, big ult and the root there. Koi's barely gonna escape there. We're gonna see Jelly trapped into the Ring of Spears here, as well as the Athena ult went down as well, and he's gonna keep going.
Yeah, to get the magic penetration in, Pecky's with a really nice rotation with the Thor. They're going to dump a lot on a Kenshin. Kenshin with the passive, not going to live much longer. It's going to be Pecky's giving the pickle over to Kenshin.
And that has been the story tonight. Pecky's bringing up the pickle on Twitter as we see Anher moving in to steal the attack speed buff as Aircougar drops the ultimate there, and there is the jump from Kata to dodge that. Kata getting outboxed here, and Aircougar, he had to be careful as he took a few shots there, and Kata just maneuvering behind that speed buff, but there is the 3 from Aircougar, and it's just this game of tic-tac-toe, and here comes Kenshin as well. Aircougar is likely to go down here as well as we get the 3-man rotation. Jelly not able to CC. Toasty overshooting, and Homie finally able to pick up that kill.
Yeah, so basically the jump forward there from Toasty was basically just to ensure that they had him trapped in. They get one in front, they get one behind, he's got no mana, he can't jump. We'll just make sure that we confirm up that kill because he was rooted in place. It's like if the root misses, we make sure we got that kill. But that was a really, really nice play coming through from Carter. He really tried to outplay him around that attack speed buff. He knew that his team was coming. Just some solid play. I was very impressed to see that one coming through as well.
Pecky's actually heavily in the lead in the solo lane right now, playing that Thor solo. And, you know, if I'm Sealcar right now, I'd be worried about the aftermath on Twitter.
Yeah, Sealcar's going to get it on Twitter, especially being said that he's more of an aggressive player. He's, correct me if I'm wrong, but he's played Sobek in both of these matches here, and that's a really, really sort of not aggressive pick. It's kind of like farm up, get tanky, and I'll be a threat at all stages of the game. Don't really have a huge amount of kill potential. I mean, obviously the ultimate, huge burst, huge execute.
Kata in trouble here now. The ultimate from Aircougar going to go down with McCoy's dropping the shred, and that's going to be a kill for Aircougar. And this is what we seen last game. Aircougar able just to nudge ahead just ever so slightly over Vela. So I don't know if we'll see history repeat itself, but it's not looking great.
Ekuga's just getting a little bit more focused.
Also in the middle lane as well. Sorry to interrupt you, Ranconius. And Sambam going to pick up that kill as well as the big taunt laid down by Jelly once again. And you better take this opportunity to talk while they're taking Gold Fury, right?
Yeah, get out of here, Gold Fury. You're in a little bit of trouble. But Toasty's not going to let this one go down, and he's going to look to come back in. Jelly's going to go in, finds the taunt, looking for some aggression. They start shredding away at Toasty. He's in a bit of trouble. Bird Bomb on 2. The ultimate knocks up Cougar, and he's in a little bit of trouble. They're trying to turn it around here.
And here we go. Kenshin moving back in here now, and he's going to look for the root on Koi's. Koi's rooted here right now. Not a whole lot of CC left there, and Kenshin is waiting for cooldowns. Kata moving in, just laying the shots down Jelly, but here's the big taunt, and Sambam laying down his 3 on top of Kata. And that is the sustain that we see out of Hell that makes her so valuable as when at the beginning you may have had 3 people having to go back, you only have the 1.
Kata's just so far behind in terms of itemization. Shibbolonke needs that Transcendence to really get himself online. He's only at tier 2. He's only at Charged Morningstar, and his opposite number, 23 stacks. About to get a full wave of creeps, so he's going to jump up to just under 30 stacks. That's huge. That is such a big difference in power, and you've got to remember as well, Devoure's Gauntlets is the late game item of the 2. You're looking for that early spike from the Transcendence, get a few of those kills onto the passive with Shibbolonke. That's what that one's about. He's not getting it. He's having some real problems influencing this game.
Taking a look at the solo lane here again, Sealcar managing to narrow those numbers a little bit. We see him at 4,300 gold, 2 Pecky's 4,900, and that has narrowed out a little bit, and we're going to see the experience Sealcar has in lane here. He plays solo back quite a bit, so it'll be interesting to see as the game goes on here if he's able to narrow out that gold lead as he's starting to do right now. If he can keep that up and keep that consistent and keep out-golding Pecky's on each wave, he'll make that up. He'll make that up eventually, at least to mid-game, when we start to see those big rotations coming out of the solo. The threat, obviously, being that Thor has that global ultimate, able to make that quick transition to mid lane.
Absolutely, and Peckies has already made that a thing. They're looking for an engage in mid. Sambam went a long way forward. Ringer Spears is down on top of him. He's in a lot of trouble here. Gonna get ultimate a couple of times. It's gonna be Kenshin to pick that one up. The rotation coming through from Carter. He wanted to get involved highly with this one. Spirit Ball not gonna connect, and it's gonna be the disengage from Eager.
And that's why we say that Odin is such a huge counter to Hell. We just seen how effective that Ring of Spears can be. We had 4 members of Epsilon all in and around Sambam there, and just no way to escape there. And you can't really sustain when you have 4 people just dinging on you. So that's an unfortunate pick there for Eager. As we take a look at the charts, and things actually in favor of Eager's. Earcougar picks up the kill on Kata.
He's not quite done yet over here on this left-hand side of things. The blink forward from Jelly. Jelly really wants to get this one going. Cougar's just more content farming up. So Jelly, thanks for the blink, son, but no, I think I'm good. Is basically what Cougar is saying. Thanks for trying. You worked hard for it. It's good. But red buff contestant coming. Purple buff contestant coming through. But there's members on the red.
And here we go, Toasty and Homie in here, but Jelly moving forward. Everyone a little bit afraid of that ability for Jelly just to be able to CC chain in a fight. As Sandbams are now with the sustain, they'll be able to stick around. Look at the big rotation coming on Sealcar right now. Pecky's with the wall, but the lurking in the waters. Here's the Athena ult. It's going to be just in time to try and lock down Sealcar. And just watch for the taunt. Here it is. And there they go, the damage on top of Sealcar. McCoys. He doesn't need Cloud to hold his hand in that lane, as we've seen all week long. And he's going to pick up that kill. Here's the Ring of Spears down once again. Sambam down to half health. Circle Protection's down as well. And the Ring of Spears is going to blow up Sambam as Cougar jumps out. And he is in trouble as well. Kenshin going to pick up that kill. Not going to need the root there as he had enough damage. And Kata likely to put some damage onto that tier.
I was about to say that might translate into a Gold Fury, and the reason why that'll translate into a Gold Fury, that's really, really good counterplay. Epsilon, with the awareness, with the call, hey, Sealcar's got 3 on him, 2 of those can't get back across the map. Jelly already burned his global to get over there. He's going to get snared up here on the Fury as well, manages to get out before the Spirit Ball. They're still trying to contest this one from Epsilon, and they've got a load of time as well, and they know it.
And here we go, Jelly effectively zoning this. There's the double taunt, and he's going to lead him off the Gold Fury here, and Epsilon going to secure that, but Jelly doing a good job of disrupting the space and time of Epsilon. Here's the big ultimate from Pecky's, and the Berserker's Barrage. Toasty going to go down, and Sealcar lurking in the waters here now as Pecky's going to get out of there with Mojolners. And that, ladies and gentlemen, good turn there by Eager to try and secure what they can off of that, but Epsilon taking away that Gold Fury. Once again, here is the wall on top of Sealcar. Ranconius, and that's another kill. Pecky's is on fire here right now. Hi-Rez bringing the fire to the table here now.
The Pecky's pickle, slapping them with the hammer and handing them the pickle. That's how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. Pecky's has actually got a 5th ability on every single god he plays, and it's called Give Them the Pickle, where he literally just runs in there and gives them the pickle.
I doubted the production pantheon, but I think we're going to see the first production god added to the game here.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. But yeah, just look on the left-hand side of things. And oh my god, he is just so big.
Yeah, Kata with the ultimate here as well. Cougar with the ultimate on top of Kata. Kata going to find himself the victim of the Lion as he just lays down the pain. Pecky's picking up another kill here now. And when are we going to see godlike from this guy? It's getting insane. Cougar getting rotated on here. Here's the Ring of Spears, and there is the jump from Jelly. The ultimate from Jelly, but they are both really low here, and they better be careful. Kenshin gonna get knocked into the wall and stunned, but the disengage is unlocked there from Kenshin as he's able to mez. And Toasty on the run here as well. Here's the tower dive. Jelly going deep, and Toasty gonna back it up here, but Cougar gonna pick up that kill.
Yeah, there was just too much sustain as soon as Sambam rotated around, and he's online already. Look at the assists, 3 assists. Early game on a Hell, Pecky's is coming over as well. They're looking for more kills. They wanted a bit of Carter, and Carter had to run away. Koiz is going to die at the tower with the cavalry charge. This is big. He wants to go huge on towards Carter, and it's going to be Jelly with the shield wall explosion that picks up the kill. Now on towards Kenshin. Kenshin in trouble. Forced to just get the heck out of there, and this is a confident, eager Xbox side, even with a sub, just moving their way through the jungle of Epsilon.
And before Pecky's at SWC, Cougar in trouble here now, but he's going to jump over Sealcar almost with the pluck in that escape as Jelly and Koi is going to back it up here now as Jelly tries to clear wards.
Yeah, Jelly clears out some wards, still looking for some pressure on towards this left-hand side. Kenshin wants to dive. They're gonna look for Air Cougar. Remember, he's really big at this point in time at 4. So that's Pekis. It's 4-0-2. Air Cougar's in a lot of trouble here. He's gonna get killed off. But Sealcar with the slow, with the lurking on the waters, is looking for a little bit more. Homie will take the bonus gold, and they'll get the heck out of here. Walking through the tower. They're not afraid. That's what they're saying. We're not afraid of no tower.
3 tier 2 towers have gone down on for Eager. Eager have taken down 3 tier 2 towers on Epsilon. And the gold, though, the gold isn't unsurmountable here. This is not an unsurmountable combat on the side of Epsilon here. They are not that far behind. All it's going to take is one good team fighter, one good objective steal to really make this go their way. They have the Odin Ring of Spears, and they have that Circle of Protections to really secure those objectives, as well as Kumakarno, who has that team fight control to be able to lock down the enemy team on objective steals. So look for that as the game progresses here, probably on a Fire Giant or something like that. I think that's where we're going to see the tides turn, if they are at all in favor of Epsilon.
What I'd really actually like to see, and this is an odd tactic, mind you, but what I really, really like to see is from Carter, instead of trying to super hard shove the wave, he actually needs to sit back and try and freeze it. Just get the last hits. The reason for it, he's so far behind. So shoving it to the tower and denying that golden XP from your opponents, it does nothing when you're this far behind. He's only got 22 stacks, soloed online, so he's at least getting back into the game just a little bit, but he really, really needs those stacks and that golden experience torn to Toasty in mid lane.
And here we go. Toasty trying to jump away. Pekis with the big ultimate, but it misses. Toasty going to go down, however, to McCoys. McCoys with the shred. There is the Spirit Ball, but Pekis is just absorbing all that damage. Air Cougar going to pick up the kill on Kata over by the tier 2 in the dual lane. Kenshin's passive is going to be popped here now. He's going to go down. Hobie in trouble as well. Circle Protections is down. McCoy's diving deep, and Homie going to go down once again here now, as Sealcar in with the lurking in the waters. We've seen him pull off a few crazy stunts over the weekend. Let's see if he's able to do the same. There's the pluck on top of Jelly, and there we go. The wall going to be laid down from Pekis, and the damage is real from the Thor, as McCoys is just waiting for enough mana to shred Sealcar. Just gonna dash out of there just barely, as there's the Mjolnir, the double tap. Pekis just looking like he's on fire thus far, looking like a man among boys in this game, as Air Cougar going to get jumped on by Toasty here as well. Toasty only level 11. Pecky's going to zone him out. Not going to hit the stun, but just enough to keep him from Phoenix, and that could secure the kill here now. Toasty down to 4 bars of health, and here's Pecky's up with the ultimate, and where is he going to go? Is he going to go right or left? I think he's going to go left. No, he's going to go right under tower, and Jelly going to pick up the kill on Kata as well.
Yeah, Kenshin now might be in a little bit of trouble. He is in a 1v3 scenario, and there's no way that Toasty can rejoin him over here. Pekis might want to kill. Might look to die this Phoenix. They might just take... I think taking the Phoenix is the smarter call. Spirit Ball coming out. That was the threat. The Mez comes through. The ultimate, they're looking for Air Cougar. He is rather low. The beads to come out from him. He's still looking for the disengage. Jelly's just buying his teammates time. He's calling the focus over on towards him, and he's done a great job. Look at Air Cougar. Air Cougar gets totally out of here, and that's straight down to Jelly.
And that wall playing to the detriment of Jelly there. He could have found himself in trouble. Thor just pinning him into a corner there at that point. Sandbam actually pushing up by himself here on the right-hand side. But look at the Odin. Sees this. He's going to move on up. And he's not going to catch Sandbam. Sandbam has the smarts to get out of there, and kind of figured the rotation was coming.
So the problem that Epsilon are running into is that they have next to no damage at this point in time, especially because Odin's gone a Mail of Renewal. Oh, yeah, sure, the cooldowns are nice, but, you know,
look
burst,
at Homie.
Not really there.
Here's the double taunt from Jelly, and Homie going to go down here again. Jelly picking up another kill as McCoy's just in here on the front line, shredding Kenshin. And he is level 16 right now. The level disadvantage is staggering. If you look at it, 13,000 is the XP difference right here for Eager on top of Epsilon. There's the taunt from Jelly. Kata not quite losing half his health there, but he is now. He's going to have to back it on out of there. Kata with a nice kill, and that's a double. Epsilon on the chaser now on top of Sandbam. Is Sandbam going to live? There's the Kuma ultimate, and there's the Aegis from Sandbam. He's not going to be able to sustain out of this, I don't think. Pecky's with the giant ultimate, but Toasty going to keep chasing down Sam, and he is going to try and sustain out of that. The wall is down as well here, Anconius, and there is the Mez, and that's going to be enough to secure Sam.
Yeah, but Packies is still in the middle of this fight. There's so many members around him. He's going to do a lot of damage. Air Cougar's finally here as well. Starting to do things. Packies handing into the pickle once again. Finally going to go down. Air Cougar's going to be forced to run. He's the only member of his team left alive and will manage to get out of there this time. Or will he? He's a long way forward. Sealcar's looking for the tail whip. He's going to get the cleave to go through. Down comes the ultimate, though, from Jelly. Jelly wants to get back in on this one. And the Spirit Bullet missed. That means that Air Cougar's probably going to pick up a kill.
And Sealcar going to go down here once again as Air Cougar. Just trying to land those auto attacks on Kata. Kata just able to dance around Jelly there and pick up the kill finally with Homie on Air Cougar. Jelly can find himself in trouble here as well as the body blocks are real. Kata going to pick up another kill. And if we take a look at the stacks on X-Ball right now, he's finally at 2. Hopefully he can get to the 6. And we might start to see him start to come online.
But even 2's just enough because they picked up 2 kills, and everyone from Eager right now is down for an extended period of time. Kay is in trouble. He's going to be able to use the Rising Jaguar to get the heck out of there, and that's a lot of health. Away from the Guan Yu. Homie's forced to run here. He's in a lot of trouble. Wingust to try and get him out. He's got a slow sitting on top of him. The blink in. There's a Mez coming through. The silence was perfect for Homie, but now they get the Ring of Spears, and they're going to turn it around.
Yeah, and that was a nice job by Toasty and Kenshin to really get into that fight. Taking a long way around to make sure they get on the back there and able to secure the kill. Pecky's going in deep here, though, now, as he was looking for a piece of Homie. And Sandman just going to be able to sustain to get them out of that situation, as the 5 men from Epsilon are back up to the 4 on Eager. Could we see a push for Firegiant?
Yeah, and check out the Thor build coming through as well from Peck. He's opting to go for a Mystical Mail, realized his team needed a little bit more frontline, and he got that Yotunes online nice and early, had a bunch of gold, so he wasn't really worried about things, especially when you're 7-1 and 7-1 and 5. But now Gold Fury started up, coming through from Eager. They're trying to get rid of that one. Peckies is on zoning duty, doing what he can in the meantime. Got a shield of the underworld as well. That's a very tanky Thor. That's not something that I think they were expecting.
Look at the positioning of Kenshin here on the back of Gold Fury. He's just trying to play the blind spots on Eager. He figures there's probably not wards back there, and he's just going to kind of try and come up behind, maybe on the carry or the back line, and try and pick someone. And that's something that's very important, especially on Xbox, when you look at the controller and just how the angles are and how hard it is to turn and check your blind spots. That's something to really take note of, and it shows the high-level play.
There was a ward where he was, though, but at least, you know, the effort was there. He was attempting to try. It's a really good call on that one. Jelly going to be the mid-ground for his team this time. Air Cougar's in a lot of trouble. Ring of Spears was on top of him, which means that if Sambam can get himself in, he can do a lot of healing. Look at the damage, though, on Kata. They managed to kill him off. Jelly's just going to bail the heck out of there. Koi is really squishy, managed to be brought down, but now look at the focus. It's down over on towards Peckies, and he's a lot healthier than they really expect.
And we're going to see this extended sustain there coming out from Hell. Air Cougar finally going to go down here. But good job by Peckies to separate the members of Epsilon there. Sandman going to pick up the kill on Homie here as well. Sandman going to get tossed to the back line here. Is he going to be able to get the heal up? He is, and there's some sustain as Peckies is chasing down Toasty. And they are really focused in Sandman here, but he is doing a good job of juking out. Sealcar probably going to secure that. However, no, they're not going to be able to. And the members of Epsilon are just getting so low right now as the root is finally landed. Sandman trying to sustain back up to get back into this fight here now. He's going to pop the passive on Kenshin. And he is likely to get that kill. Jelly going to pick up the kill on Sealcar in the back line as well, as Toasty finally going to get the Ring of Spears down as he secures Kenshin's life, at least for now, maybe at the cost of his own.
Well, Sambam manages to pick up the kill with Packies. Kenshin in a lot of trouble, managed to get that passive out. Will manage to die. Kata's here, though. He might look to come in on this Gold Fury. I think he wants to disrupt it. He's only level 13, though. He's got to be super careful. They missed the wall on him, and that means he can only go one way. Rising Jaguar into the wall, and that was not good for Carter to get the beads through that taunt, so he's not CC'd up, but the Berserker Barrage is all over him, and Sambam looking for the 3, not quite able to find it. Peckies with the secure. Mystical Mail really helps out. And the call is Fire Giant.
And here we go. We might see Koiz and Air Cougar able to do that all on their own as we see Peckies and Sambam chasing down Homie here by the Phoenix. And just enough just to say, hey, get out of here. I don't want you moving up out of your base right now. Air Cougar and Koiz are holding hands doing Fire Giant.
Well, Fire Giant already below half. It's incredibly low already. They've picked it up really cleanly, and it is at least going to be Sealcar that sees that one up. I wanted to talk very early on in the game about what this pick meant for Sealcar. Sealcar likes to get up and aggressive. We mentioned that in the pre-game show. It's been sitting across the broadcast on our display of 2 players to watch from this game thus far. Looking in the engage, though.
Yeah, we're going to see Earkugger real low here. Homie going to pick up that kill, but at the cost of his own lights. McCoy is just able to zone out Homie and just put damage down on Kenshin, already down to about quarter health gone down as the Ring of Spears is landed. Toasty trying to lock down Jelly and Koi's here as they make the big rotation on Matt. They want that sustain out of this fight here. Sambam going to make his way in here as well. It's going to make it even harder for Epsilon, and they're going to have to count on their CC. They finally get down Koi's, and they're likely going to have to focus on Sam here now as Jelly is chasing Toasty, but Peckies is
Peckies
in.
with the slam! Give him the pickle, son! Gets one! Looking at the second! That's what you expect from a Thor, and look at Peckies. It was all over Sealcar. Carter's trying to do what he can, but Sambam just does too much damage. And what a slam from Peckies! Picks up the kill! And if that ain't a pickle play, I don't know what is.
Man. The Pickles are alive and well, ladies and gentlemen, and there's the nice stun from Peckies once again, chained up with the Athena taunt, and Athena going to dive in deeper as well as Toasty has to jump out. Kata trying to move up on the Phoenix as Homie tries to land a silence but wasn't able to. Jelly down to about half health right now, but he's just trying to take the damage for his team to get that Phoenix. He is going to go down, but that is worth on the side of Eager. Peckies just doing tons of damage here to Homie. Sambam's one, almost half healthing him with one blow as Kenshin lands the ultimate on top of Sambam. Sambam going to get CC chained here now, and this could be the one chance they have to kill him, and they're going to pick it up. And if they can counter push on this one here, they might be able to take something.
Yeah, 2 members from Eager are going to be down right now, and for extended timestamps as well. Still 20 seconds going to be on Jelly. Large part of their front line. Right, back to this Sealcar pickup. What does it do for him? He wants to be aggressive. He wants to be pushing. He wants to be doing things in lane. Peckies is actually going to go up. Take a ride with him, man.
And here we go, likely to jump here on Kenshin and Kata, and he is. There's the Berserker's Barrage. He is in deep here as Kata just barely going to escape with his life, but not if Peckies goes on the chase. Peckies down to half health there, but here's the Koi's riding in on the Steed of Justice as he drops the double stun, and the Ring of Spears are laid down as well. Earkugger and Jelly are back. There's Pecky, lands that slick wall. Once again, the Berserker Barrage down as they're going to pick up the kill on Toasty. Pecky's finally going to go down as Earkugger hot on the chase. Still Jelly mezzed, but he is going to look to chase for the taunt here now. Check Homie. Homie likely to get caught here. No, Jelly just going to miss Sealcar with the dash. McCoy's still on chase here. He doesn't have his steed, but he's going to keep dashing on in as the shred is on Sealcar right now. Sealcar
looking for more taunts, don't quite find it. He's going to use the block to try and get the heck out of here. Jelly Koi is still trying to chase this one down. Kata's got the poison darts there, but he might be in trouble. He's incredibly squishy. He's so far behind. Remember that. Keep it in the back of your mind as they chase them out from underneath the Phoenix. And talk about the kill scores in this game. We won't even get a chance because look at Kenshin.
Kenshin just going to get out on top of Jelly and Koi's here. We're going to see the strength of Kumakarna here. There's the ultimate laid down, and here is the Mez as well. Jelly down to half health, but here is Matt Koi's. He's back on the horse. His horse is amazing as he lands a stun. Ring of Spears is there to trap Sambam in. Is he going to be able to survive? And likely not. Homie going to pick up that kill as they could turn here and try and win this fight. They may be able to set up for Fire Giant here. We see that Sambam is down for 44 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, Fire Giant, it's still down, but obviously they do need to set up for it. Ward coverage is going to be crucial. Peckies is out here. Walls off for Earkugger to escape. Looks mid lane. There's 2 he finds. Earkugger's going to be forced to defend here. Jelly's back. Jelly wants to get in on towards this one. I'm totally sure of that, but Earkugger with the base off. Matt Koi's in the background. They're just going to defend.
And Pecky's taking a lot of punishment here, but there is the Aegis, and here's the Thor ultimate as well. It'll be interesting to see how this goes. Jelly's in deep. Look for the taunt to be chained with the Thor ultimate, and it was as they pick up the kill on Homie. McCoy's just getting real on the back line here as Earkugger makes his way back into this fight. Sealcar going to pick up a kill as well. Jelly in a little bit of trouble here now. He's got lost about a quarter of his health. There was the taunt, and Earkugger's coming in deep, and this is where the damage is going to be laid down with the ultimate from the Anhor.
But look at Carter. Carter's still alive. He can turn around and come back in on towards this one. They're going to be careful for Air Cougar. Keep him alive. Air Cougar's still in the mid-ground of this at this point in time. Kenshin passive popped. He's still alive. He's going to respawn out of that one. They managed to pick up Sealcar. He was a bigger focus, but finally Kenshin going to fall. Carter's got to keep running away as well. He needs that experience. He can't afford to die another time. It's just way too risky. And with the respawn of Fire Giant, it is time to take it all over again. And eager all over these ones with the pickle plays.
And the gold lead now at 6,000 as we start to see full item builds begin to roll out on the side of Eager right now. We see at least two members that are right on the doorstep knocking on it. Peckies and Guan Yu so close to full itemization right now, and that Fire Giant could secure it.
Fire Giant finally being secured up once again for Eager. But look at the kill score this game. We're 30 minutes in. We're almost double that on kill score. There's almost been 2 kills a minute. That's how many team fights there have been. Cougar is starting to cap out. He's starting to fall off on the Anher. And Shibalonke is starting to pick up. Finishes off his Executioner. So watch him come online. Carter just needs some more levels. He's got enough stacks on the passive to make him relevant. He just needs some crit and he will start hitting it like an absolute truck. He's getting solo farm in that mid lane. Look at the engage on towards Kenshin. Kenshin's a long way out of position here.
And Kenshin, however, going to put the ultimate there, and he's going to look for the chain with the Spirit Ball, going to hit on top of Air Cougar, trying to get him down to half health. The heal from Koiz will sustain him a little bit there as the stun is landed on Homie. The Ring of Spares is down. Pecky's down to half health as well. He could be in trouble here. He's going to go down to Sealcar, and Toasty just going to jump on out of there as we see the push to try and end here now with the Fire Giant while it's still up. Toasty down to a quarter of health as Sandbam continues to sustain this fight. Kenshin going to go down instead, though. Kata could find himself in a lot of trouble here as the jump is finally hit, and they are going to target the Titan, and this could likely be the end.
But they've got to be careful about how they fight this one. Sealcar is a really big disruptive force. The Odin's jumping in. Sealcar's gone. Forget him. He's no longer relevant. They still haven't picked up a kill on this one. They need to. Pecky's the only member down in the meantime. Toasty's going to drop that Ring of Spears. Keep them in here. Air Cougar's in a little bit of trouble. Jumped all over. He's going to jump out. The Titan taking a lot of damage here. It's down to 40%. Carter's forced to run back into that fountain. He's still trying to dump damage. Toasty! Toasty, you god! Manages to pick up Air Cougar, but the Titan may not survive anyway.
Toasty looking a lot like Michael Jordan in his prime right there as he landed the dunk, but, started to look closer to retirement as he laid down on the floor right after, and we're going to see the win finally go to Eager there, and that is 2-0 for Eager in this show match series. Subs on both sides, please keep in note, Pecky's 11-4-12, high res. Just going.
No, I like it. High raise. Let's go with high raise.
High res. That's my accent. People don't understand. That's my accent. Okay.
Oh my god! Holy cow! What a game! We would start attempting to talk about something happening, what something meant on the map, and they'd be like, "No, you guys can't do any analysis whatsoever. You guys have to talk about more team fights." That's how that one went down. That was absolutely crazy. Right? What won that game for them? Sambam on Hell, Guan Yu, Matt Koiz. Why? Healing. This is the healing patch on Xbox. It hasn't been nerfed yet, and it was just so prevalent throughout that game. Mid-fight, someone gets below half health, someone gets down to a quarter health, someone gets lower than a quarter health, and Sambam just sits on their face and heals them.
Just look at the damage here. 37,000 damage coming out from Pecky's. 37,000. X-Ball. The next closest at 34,000 Kata with 34,000 damage when he was under-leveled for the majority of the game. Pecky's, though, man, 37,000 damage. That is absolutely insane. Jelly, look at the mitigated and the damage taken. 49 and 53,000.
Wow, that's absolutely insane. Big shout-outs there, though, to Carter. Carter did a phenomenal job. Look at his kill score. He is probably the best on his team, bar none. Yeah, absolutely, bar none. Best kills and assists on his team at 20. He really got himself out of that lane phase and back in that game. That's what I wanted to see from him. A few more stacks of the passive, a few less deaths in lane, and he would have done totally fine. Team did really, really well. But MVP, Pecky's. Somebody find that guy and give him a team contract. Get him out of high-res production. Get him into Xbox Pro. Oh.
Yeah, we
He made
talked.
Thor solo lane work. He made Thor solo lane absolutely drop hammers on people.
Pretty much literally, Ranconia says we were making jokes that we were going to see it added to the pantheon here, but it's not so much a joke anymore. We might see the production pantheon added to the game. I'd like to see how Mad Cuz Brad can fare up in one of these games.
It's just, oh, mad because Brad's actually a lot newer to Smite as a whole and casting as a whole, so he's still trying to pick up the ropes and learn things. So I don't expect him to be getting a contract, but I don't know if he makes Pecky's his coach and his manager and his mentor, he might certainly make it with plays like, oh my god, what a game! That game was absolutely nuts though. 34 to 29 kills, I think it was, something crazy, or 20, might have been 39 to 24 kills. It was just absolutely off the charts, totally insane. That was nuts. That was absolutely nuts. I am totally out of breath. Can we not? Okay, 39 to 24, so there was above 60 kills in that game.
Yeah, I still really can't get over the amount of team fights that were in that game. Usually you see from the NA teams more of that passive game. You see those big 4-man groupings throughout the entire map and all that. Obviously these guys looking to have a little bit of fun with this match, putting it into more of like an arena style type of game. But man, I still can't get over the frequency of team fights. You don't see that in the Xbox competitive scene at all, and it was absolutely exasperating to cast.
I mean, at the end of the game, you've got to remember as well, the gold difference at the end of the game was 10k, but for most of the game, it was less than 5k. And that was just absolutely insane. Double fire giants taken for Eager, and then they just died with them. That is insane, right? Epsilon made some phenomenal plays. Yeah, they might have been treating it like a show match. Yeah, they've got a sub on their roster, but they played their absolute hearts out. And Homie is now a free agent, so Epsilon might pick him up as a sub and bring him in that they can use more regularly. That was a really good tester for them, whether they want to play with him.
Well, the other thing I want to take a note of in that game is something we didn't really focus on was the player healing. We had 16,748 come out on the side of Hell, 16,000 on the side of Mac Poison, the Guan Yu, and that's huge. That's 32,000 damage healed there, and that pretty much takes Kata off the table, the highest damage dealer on the other side. Once you add up those numbers, so that's huge when you look at that. Right, and the deaths on the side of Sam Bam weren't devastating. He had 17 assists and 5 deaths, 3 kills. But he didn't feed as hell, even with the Odin there with the Ring of Spears. He only found himself caught out probably 2 or 3 times there when he got caught in the Ring of Spears, so it was a really effective pick on the side of Eager. Sam Bam able to play that well.
Yeah, Sandman played it phenomenally, and I mentioned as soon as we got out of the game, it was when the healing came through. What he was doing for his team was re-enabling people to get back into the middle of the fights. He was only caught out by the Odin cage a couple of times because there was multiple healers to catch out. From Odin, yeah, when they caught both of the healers, absolutely, fight one, not a problem. But if they didn't catch the healers, that's where the problem lay. The initiates needed to be a little bit more clean from, just taking a quick look who was on the Odin. Toasty's initiates, I'm not confident on them. Because his ADC was a little bit behind as well, he had to go for that girdle, just to give him a little bit more power, give his team a little bit more power, look to dive in and make it really, really stick. They had the Isis, so they needed a little bit more damage because Sobek lacks it, Kumbhakana lacks it. Odin, obviously, early on, but then later on, it's not a huge sort of burst damage unless you get snowballed. He didn't get snowballed, so that's why you did see that girdle pickup. But I wanted to see more impact from him and just cleaner initiations, and I think that's got to be the name of the game going forward for Epsilon.
All right, with that being said, guys, a couple things to end off on here really quick. If you look down to the bottom of the page, you're going to see our upcoming events. We have ESL coming up on Monday and Tuesday of next week, the ESL qualifiers. We brought you the first ones officially last week. We're going to be officially casting the ESL qualifiers tomorrow as well. Look for us as well to possibly bring you the UMG qualifiers this weekend, depending on availability. We'll announce that within the next couple of days. Furthermore, the week after, we will have a show match where we have team release, Shing's new team confirmed for that as well. Also, we have a new feature in the chat there. If you're put exclamation point feedback. You can give feedback to the casters. I love feedback. You guys know that. I'm always constantly trying to improve the cast, trying to improve myself as a caster, and I'm sure Ranconis is the same, and we want to make sure we bring exceptional content to the Xbox scene. That's our goal, and we're trying to improve production every week, a piece at a time. So every bit of help that you guys give us and feedback that you can offer is much appreciated. We also have giveaways as well every week. I'm pretty sure the one we had today has been completed. But anyway, with that being said, guys, go down, follow our YouTube. All VODs will be posted there. Follow us on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. Follow Ranconius on Twitter. And if you have any feedback, like I said, exclamation point feedback in the chat. Eager 2-0 over Epsilon in this show match series. Peckies just going off in that last game.
Oh my god.
You want to end it off?
I do. It's time to say it, ladies and gentlemen. Goodbye for now, not forever. And we'll see you next time right here on AltTabGG.